Hello, everyone. I guess you can say it was coming. A long time ago, I started a ministry going to the elderly and talking to them about all the things that you would find in the Bible. And I got criticized by so many that I took time off and I started doing some research. And that research had led me to the point where I could not accept any of the church's practices or beliefs because they did not line up with what I knew. And that was the problem. What I knew and what I believed and trusted in, I felt like went against everything else any other church has ever said. Let me tell you how this goes. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe God is above us, but I do not call him father or mother. For to put a sex to God is belittle him to our level. God is above me. So nor will I call him father, nor will I call him mother. I will call him my image, my holy one, the one above me. That is my God. Jesus is his son, just like so many others are his son. God's son. I don't like to use the word his. Sorry about that. Anyway, my neighbors are arguing outside. But that's just Satan himself don't want me to bring this word to you. This word is that there's got to be a new way. There's got to be another way. I studied deeply into the Word of God, and I found that I couldn't trust the Bible as the Word of God. I looked at King James Version, and I went back to far away as the Torah, as the Word of God. I've looked at so many different ways to find out if the Bible is the Word of God, and I can't trust it as the Word of God. But as all the preachers said, the voices I hear inside me, inside my heart, it's not the Word of God. It's just figments of my imagination. No, God speaks and guides me in everything that I say and do. And if you feel that way, you're with me because you are the true Word of God. The Bible can give you some history about things that God has done in our lives, but it is not the absolute Word of God. You are the absolute Word of God. That's the difference. That's why I can't go to the churches anymore. I went as far as to look into the Quran and to study it. And the Quran, as much as Islam worship and trust and believes in it, that's for them. It's not for me. I take and I believe and I know that God talks to me. I give my trust over to God talking to me. This is an absolute in my life. And God shows me things that otherwise wouldn't I would never think about. So come this Sunday, I will do a sunrise service. Even though the day that Christ actually rose from the grave is not really known anymore, even though it was said the third day after his death, and Good Friday marked the day of his death. No one really knows when the day that Christ died. Simple reason, it was not spoken of about Christ's death and resurrection for almost 100 years after it happened. And in that time, many things were lost, along with the verification that that's the day that Christ died and rose on the Sabbath. Well, the Sabbath is Saturday, according to our word. But then again, the Sabbath is not their days as it was then. It was something totally different. That's the reason why I have trouble with it. But yet, I do accept that Christ died and rose 3 days later. Whether it was Good Friday, like we're going to worship this weekend, all the way through Sunday, or if it was another day, that I don't know. Nor can you believe what they say in the Bible about it being that day. Like I said, it was almost 100 years before all this was even written down. So during that time, as you know from us living today, 100 years from now, what we say will be changed, and we can't go by that. We can't live by what other people interpret and change our words to be. That's how come I say the word of God is in you. It always has been and always will be. Well, listen to the word of God, and you will profit and have hope in all things. Anyway, and this is new worship time, new way of doing things. And join me for this Sunday on the sunrise service. And if you're watching this, just know, even though I've done lots of crazy things in the past, it's only because of frustration and aggravation. And this is my calling from the time of a child even to now. My calling was to bring you the true Word of God. Thank you for watching, and join me at 6 a.m. on Sunday, and we will have our sunrise services together. Join me. This is David saying thank you, and may God be with you always.